This is assuming players are healthy. And I'm going to throw in form and playing actual minutes at his club. This could be an amazing late round steal. Give me Gio Reyna. Give me Gio Reyna. I need an attacking midfielder.
Okay. What a pick.
If we're talking health, then he should have gone higher, but he fell down to me, and I'll gladly take him. Give me Gio.
Vamos! This is Vamos, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer, and I'm your host, Luis Gomez.
I couldn't be more excited. We're doing a special crossover event with the boys from the Give and Go. But the idea here is, in the Concacaf World Cup 7v-a-side draft, who could get the best 7v7 team? Any eligible player on any national team with a possibility of still going to the World Cup, you can be in this glorious 7-a-side team for, well, Soltero, Reynoso, or your boy Herc. We're going to do our orders in a snake-style draft. 1, 2, and 3. If you have the third order pick, you will go fourth. So it goes snake-style, back to the beginning, reverses each round. So the player who picks first will go last, and last will go first, and so on. Everybody who is playing, health is permitted. That means if you're a fan of Rodrigo Huescas, but you're like, he's got a torn ACL, will he make it on time? For the sake of this argument, he's going to make it on time. Production, do we have the order?
With the first pick, Reynoso.
Oh, no way.
Pick number 1, Reynoso.
Oh, no way.
What are you going to do with that power,
man? Let's go.
Soltero, just do you have any idea who he's going to pick? The pick is his. Do you have any idea who he's going to pick?
I'm going to guess it's going to be a Mexican player, maybe a very young one at that. But hey, man, I don't know. I don't know what's in his head.
That's pick number 1. Okay, pick number 1. Pick number 2.
With the second pick, Herc Gomez.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Okay. Who came in last? Who's got the last pick?
Who got the last one?
Christian Soltero.
Okay, I'll work with it. I can work with that. Third pick.
But there is some advantage to the third pick.
Absolutely.
You get back-to-back picks. There is an advantage in knowing that you have back-to-back picks. If you've done fantasy, you know how this could be a massive advantage. Now, if I'm thinking aloud, that's probably the best pick out of 3. Because in a regular 12 round, you got to wait a long time. Here, you yield a lot of power, so remember that. The number 1 pick.
I'm stepping up on stage. I'm announcing my pick because I'm excited. I got options today, brother. Yeah. I got options today. I got the whole Concacaf region at my disposal. And although you might be thinking that I want to go with a certain youngster, a certain Mexican to support my country, I think there is a clear best player in Concacaf that I have to select and I have to take away from both of you. And that is Christian Pulisic. I need him right now. Even though he is an American player, I need the best player in CONCACAF, the most established player in CONCACAF. 6 goals, 2 assists in all competitions at AC Milan. Arguably the best player in Serie A. Give me Pulisic.
Pulisic going number 1. Mike Soltero, are you surprised at this?
A little, but I mean, when you look at what he's done at Milan this season, he's probably the most informed CONCACAF player right now. So at the end of the day, I think it's a hell of a pick. It's a good one.
Got to do it.
I would say he's the most informed CONCACAF player right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much of a debate. Maybe Jonathan David could have something to say there. But Jonathan David has started out a bit sluggish at Juventus, but 3 straight seasons being one of the best players in Serie A, clearly the face of AC Milan. Today, I don't think it's debatable. The most productive player in the last 3 seasons in Serie A, Christian Pulisic, number 1 in the Vamos Give and Go crossover draft special. I'm going to be honest, I don't know where to go from here. Because I thought to myself, I know what Reynoso is going to do, where he's going to go. And I know if I have the number 3, where Soltero's going to go. I didn't think it would be this way, so now I'm in a position where it's going to really change everything I prepared for. All right, pick number 2, Team Gomez, with the number 2 overall pick, is taking the demolition man himself, Jonathan David of the Canadian men's national team, all-time leading goal scorer of Canadian men's national team, and Lille, new player for Juventus. I would say arguably up there with the best player in CONCACAF, but he started out slow, and it's not on him. Juventus has started out slow. I believe they have 1 win in their last 7 games. Certainly not the pace he is used to. Last season, we saw him score goals in the Champions League against Real Madrid, Atletico, Juventus, Liverpool, all the big dogs. He scored goals against them. He was one of the best players in the Champions League. I don't think you can take that lightly for a CONCACAF player to be in that conversation in a attacking role. So number 2, I'm going with Jonathan David. What do you guys think about that?
How do you think he's going to do at the World Cup? I'm curious because we're talking about this in the prospect of the World Cup. You think he's going to go off?
I think he's going to go off. If you guys remember, I think Canada made it for the first time back to the World Cup after 35 years, and they were searching for their first goal. Jonathan David has been the designated penalty kick taker on all his teams. Steps up to take a penalty kick is Alphonso Davies, and he misses. No shame in that. But there was a little give and go between him and Jonathan David. I think Jonathan David wants his first goal. It's a lot of responsibility, as you guys know, being a home country in a World Cup. All of Canada is going to be behind him. I don't know if you guys are baseball fans. I'm from Los Angeles. My Doyers are taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. I used to live in Toronto. My feed is blowing up with people in Toronto supporting the Blue Jays. That's one team. Could you imagine a whole nation behind this team in a home World Cup? I think this man has the potential to go off under Jesse Marsch. So, yeah, I feel good about their World Cup preparation, if you will.
Yeah, it's a hell of a pick. I love David's style of play. I love what he does and what he's done at Lille. But, yeah, that's my only problem with David right now is his current form at Juventus. But, hey, maybe it's growing pains and he figures it out. He still has a lot of time. It's like 9 months away. So, looking at David's skill set, I think he could figure it out.
I agree with you. All right, Soltero, the number 3 pick first. You have back-to-back picks. So, first, your number 3 pick.
For the first player that I want on my team, the Soltero Concacaf 7, I'm looking at leadership. I'm looking at someone that can guide this team, that can go through thick and thin, that can give everything on the pitch. Madrid has Sergio Ramos. Liverpool has Virgil van Dijk. I need my star center back as my first pick. I'm going with arguably the most valuable U.S. men's national team player right now, Chris Richards.
Okay.
I'm going Chris Richards, baby.
Okay, big pick.
Shout out for Chris. I've heard lots of shouts out for Chris Richards to be the U.S. men's national team captain. What do you think about that?
I truly think, like, no joke here, I truly think he's the most valuable player right now for the USA. When I'm looking at USA for the World Cup, I don't think we will be as successful if Chris Richards is not on the pitch. Honestly, I think we could figure it out without Pulisic, although he is very, very good and we do need him. But I look at Richards as our go-to guy who we need on the pitch to kind of be that leader at the back. So, yeah, I would love for Richards to be the captain of this USA side.
That's CB number 1 for a lot of U.S. men's national team fans. I think it's non-debatable right there. He's actually added set pieces, offensive flair to his game. He gets on the end of a ton of set pieces, as you saw against Saudi Arabia in the Gold Cup, as you saw last FIFA fixture date. The man is a menace in the air. Reynoso, what are you thinking about this? What do you think he's going number 4 here?
Big pick because defender-wise, I think there's a gap between Richards and the rest of CONCACAF. So that's a big pick. I was hoping that maybe he would slip up here. So that's not good news for us. Who's going with next? I mean, I hope it's Kevin Sullivan at this point.
Pick number 4. Go ahead, my man.
I wasn't expecting to get 2 back-to-back picks, and I actually am glad I'm in this situation
nice.
now that I think about it. All right, I got my center back. I got my star center back figured out. Now I'm going to go to my front line. I'm going to go with a striker here. I'm going to pick who I think when he puts on the national team jersey is the most clinical striker right now in all of CONCACAF. Give me Raul Jimenez.
Man, you're kidding me, bro. I was 1 pick away from getting my dream starting front 2. You're kidding me, bro.
Now,
Let's go, man.
Now, does Raul Jimenez is going to be on the later side of 34 years old, turning 35 during the World Cup? And he's not been playing much with Fulham. Does any of that worry you?
It really doesn't. What I've seen him do for the last 12 months, specifically just with Mexico, I think it will be enough. He's like wine. He just the more he ages, the better he gets. I'm cool with it. The fact that he's going to be playing in Mexico, I think is going to really activate him and really inspire him to lead the front line of Mexico. I'm expecting him to get a goal or assist pretty much in every game at the World Cup.
Reynoso, I'm a massive Raul Jimenez fan. The story, his play, his leadership, all the attributes. But he's already played a few World Cups, or he's already been to a few World Cups, 2014, 18, and 2022. Neither of those World Cups were his World Cup. Can this be his World Cup?
I think so. The role and responsibility in the build-up to the tournament has been much different. It's been circled around him specifically. I think he knows that. I think we're going to see it at the World Cup here in USA and Mexico. What if you end up building an all-Mexico squad and I end up building the all-American squad, bro? It's going to be amazing.
I'm trying to go half and half.
We'll see. We'll see, man.
All right, well, there are a lot of other countries out there. Just keep that in mind, all right? With the number 5 overall pick. Number 2 for Team Gomez in his 7v7 aside in this CONCACAF World Cup special. Team Gomez is taking the teen sensation out of Tijuana, Gilberto Mora. When we talk about players making a difference in a World Cup, only 2 have come to mind. Pelé, the TV was black and white. The times were different. The ball was brown. You couldn't head it. And Kylian Mbappe. Players who have made a difference as teenagers in a World Cup, those are the 2 biggest that come to mind. I'm not putting him on that level, but the ascension, my goodness. I've not seen a player that composed. I've not seen a player that technical and that brash without having the physical attributes like Mora. I played with his father. His father was a much bigger guy. He was very technical and didn't have that flair. Gilberto Mora, being as soft-spoken as he is, like his father, has that flair. Rafaela Pimienta, Erling Haaland's agent, Santi Jimenez's agent, one of the best agents in the world, said 15 million wouldn't be an evaluation for one of his legs. I fully feel somebody's going to drop a bag on this guy before the World Cup hits, because if he has a good World Cup on home soil, and this is an expanded World Cup with 48 teams, so you could get one of those teams where you're going to drop 5 or 6 goals on him, and he has a few of those, that price is going to skyrocket. So I've got no issue picking Gilberto Mora as my number 2 pick.
Good pick, man.
I love it. We've been asking like our fans and each other, do you think Mora is the most talented young Mexican teenager that has ever existed? Obviously, we're comparing him to maybe like Carlos Vela, Giovanni Dos Santos.
Wait, Rafa Marquez, and that's another one. Like, think about the 2 generational talents that Mexico has had that debut with the Mexican national team at a teenage years. You're talking about Rafa Marquez, goes to Monaco, and then ends up being a legendary player for the Mexican national team, 5 World Cups, and that Barcelona team, which is arguably the best club team that's ever played under Pep Guardiola. And you're talking about Andres Guardado, which I think is exemplary. Like, that's the type of career you should have if you're a Mexican national trying to make a name for yourself. And his 5 World Cups, that I can't compare. I'm not going to compare him to Lamine. I'm not going to compare him to Mbappe or Pelé. I will compare him to Rafa. I will compare him to Andres Guardado, because those are players that he could have had as peers. Those are guys that he's going to listen from. Rafa Marquez is one of his coaches. So yes, very easily I could see him being one of the most skilled players at such a young age. All right, this is pick number 6.
I'm back, and I'm going to go with a player who has the label of world class when he is healthy, which thankfully due to this draft, he is going to be healthy. And at the World Cup, I think he's going to play a big role for his national team. Give me the leader of my backline, Alphonso Davies. Give me Alphonso Davies. Big name. Dropped all the way to number 6 to me. That's crazy. Give me Alphonso Davies in the backline. The Bayern Munich man, the UEFA Champions League winner, the Canadian superstar. At full health, he is unstoppable. And he can play in the backline, or he can work his way up in the midfield, or even as a winger. He can do it all.
I like what you just said. He's multifunctional. Soltero, this man at one point was considered one of the best left backs in the world as he was winning a Champions League. What do you think about that pick?
I love it. I mean, when you look at Reynoso's team now, that left side, he's going to have the deadliest left side out of these CONCACAF 7, bro. We're not going to be able to contain it. We're not going to be able to contain it. That's tough. And I think just straight up on paper, Pulisic and Alphonso Davies are probably the 2 most skilled CONCACAF players right now out of this generation. So it's a hell of a pick.
Am I the only one who doesn't get back-to-back picks here? I just realized I don't get back-to-back.
Yeah.
The 7th overall pick.
Okay. Well, look, I selected the best offensive player in Pulisic. Soltero selected the best defender in Chris Richards. I'm going to acknowledge a position that I think is also a bit top-heavy, also has a player that is the most skilled in this region. I'm going to go Keylor Navas. I need a goalkeeper.
Damn.
I'm going to have y'all settle for the Malagons, the Matt Freezes, the Dane St. Clairs. Give me Keylor Navas. Yes, he's old, but it's the goalkeeper position. That ultimately does not matter. Greatest goalkeeper, arguably, to come out of CONCACAF, Keylor Navas. Give me Keylor.
Yeah, I don't think it's arguable. I think he's the greatest goalkeeper and one of the greatest footballers to ever come out of this region. I mean, 3 Champions League. You know, he took Costa Rica to a quarterfinal coming out of the group of death in 2014. This is, like, to me, the steal of the draft. This is where I thought I was going to be different from you guys in the draft because
We all had this idea. I had this idea too.
Well, I think it speaks to the goalkeepers in the region that it's not what it once was. Like Mexico, the United States, they used to be the positions in the region. When you spoke, globally about the strongest positions or people who made a name for themselves, it was a goalkeeping position. We can't say that anymore. That's why I think, we all thought we were slick and we were going to get Keylor Navas here. With the 8th pick, Team Gomez is going with Folarin Balogun with the 8th overall pick.
I like it. I think he's the next best striker at the moment outside of Raul Jimenez from a CONCACAF perspective. Obviously, he's not going great goal-scoring wise at Monaco, but he's getting minutes. He's playing every single game. I love the pick, man.
And if you saw him in the Champions League, he was the only danger for Monaco against Spurs. This guy was a menace all game, so I'm hoping he's healthy, injury-free now. He can keep that going. This is on you, Soltero. You've got the 9th overall pick.
All right, 9th pick. I got my star center back. I got my star forward. Now let me flash out my midfield. I'm going to go with a guy that's box-to-box. Right now, he's currently sitting in 4th place in the Premier League with Bournemouth. Give me Tyler Adams as my defensive midfielder who's going to be doing all that dirty work for me.
Tyler Adams, 26 years of age. Last World Cup, was the youngest captain at the World Cup. Exceptional player. The only caveat there, as you said, he is now injury-free. He's healthy. If he goes to the World Cup healthy, he's no doubt going to have a big pick. What do you think of the other pick?
I think it's a good pick because I saw that man score a banger against Mexico in the Nations League final live in person. And it's those type of things that I don't forget. So
say no more. Say no more.
Personal pick for Salts. Take it, man. I don't want him.
He's really grown into his position, too. 4 years ago when he was at 2022 Qatar, he was making a couple mistakes, but he was so young. I love who he's become. I think he's an all-around midfielder now, so let's put him in my squad. Joining him, though, at this 10th pick, I'm going right wing on my right side. We already kind of mentioned him before, but give me Timothy Weah.
Timothy Weah. I like the pick. Tim Weah coming off a good set of games. He's been in and out for his club. Good set of games. First Champions League against Real Madrid, scored a good goal. He's obviously a dangerous player, one of the few players on this draft board with a World Cup goal. I don't mind that pick whatsoever. All right, with the 11th pick, Team Gomez is taking Stefan Estacio, friend of the Vamos podcast, central midfielder for Porto, and also the Canadian men's national team. I got to get a little stability there. I've got Mora pulling the strings. I think I got a good little defensive player right there, and Estacio, good leadership.
Good pick. I like that. It's a safe, solid pick. You can't go wrong with him. When he's on his game, I think he is one of the better midfielders in CONCACAF. So, good pick.
I got to go with stability. All right.
Yeah, I like Estacio.
Back to you, Reynoso.
I'm thinking about doing a 2-3-2 formation, so I need to flesh out my pairing striker or winger alongside Christian Pulisic. Give me one of the most informed players in CONCACAF at the moment. Give me a player playing in La Liga, a player who's scoring against the big teams, a player who has been electric so far. Give me Tejan Buchanan as a
what a
selection
pick.
at right wing. So now I got Pulisic and Tejan Buchanan just going at your defense, torturing them. I feel good about this. It's a dangerous attacking duo.
The Tejan's a great pick because you could play him in many different positions, and he's been on one as of late. All right, back-to-back picks. This is pick number 13.
This is where I need to go with a midfielder or a defender. I haven't picked a single midfielder, folks. No midfielder. Maybe this is the new Reynoso system. Maybe I play with no midfield.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's what the future of football is.
Come on.
No, I need a midfielder. The question is here, do I go with a guy like Carrasquilla? Do I go with a guy like Alvarez? Weston McKennie? That's the question, right? That's the question.
Flip a coin, man. Flip a coin.
I'm going to go. Oh, man, because I know once I pick one of these, the other options are going to be gone by the time it's my next turn. That's the thing. That's the curse of this pick. At full health, give me Edson. Just give me Edson. Give me an anchor, a defensive anchor in that midfield. Someone to scrap up, to clean up all the dirty stuff that's going on over there. Give me Edson. He can do box-to-box. He can score off a set piece. He's the leader from Mexico, the captain. Give me El Machín.
El Machín, Edson Alvarez. He's 27 years of age, just went to Fenerbahce, has not been healthy, but he's actually one of the premier players in the CONCACAF region when he is healthy. Can also play him as a center back if you need to. He's played there before.
That's true.
Yeah, but Soltero, we mentioned that Raul has never had his World Cup. If I'm thinking aloud, 2018, it wasn't a good World Cup for Edson. He was 18 years old. He was played out of position as right back by Juan Carlos Osorio. He scored an own goal on his team. In 2022, Tata Martino famously left him out in the most important game against Argentina. When they needed a defensive presence, he decided to look the other way. We can go back to the previous Copa America. He gets injured in the first game against Jamaica. Very bad hamstring. It seems like every major tournament has not been his tournament. What do you expect of Edson in the 2026 World Cup on home soil for him?
No, I'm so excited for Edson. I see him as the Chris Richards of Mexico, essentially. I think he's just as important as Raul Jimenez, but on the defensive end of things. When he's on the pitch, he's calm. He provides a lot of leadership defensively. I think he's crucial for Mexico to have a successful World Cup. Really excited to see Edson kind of ball out this summer.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm really excited for him. I think he's a leader and everything, but there's still talent on the board, folks. There is still talent on the board.
There really is.
There's talent on the board, and your boy's about to take one of them. I believe I have the pick, right? 14th overall pick. Your boy's going to take what I think is one of the premier attacking players in the region, even though he doesn't play as an attacker. And if I'm doing 77, I got to have somebody who's very good in tight spaces, can create on it by his own, go at somebody at pace, combine, link up, knows exactly how to play. I'm picking Serginho Dest. Serginho Dest is going to be my 14th overall pick, a player that I hope shows up on time so I can start him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard about that. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Des. Disciplinary wise, maybe not the best, but I mean, when he's playing, he's electric. So a hell of a pick.
If he's all in on your project, he's a great player to have, though, and I think he'd be happy to play under your tutelage, Herc. And so I think it's a good pick. Serginho Dest at his happiest is a great player.
That's right. All right, the 15th overall pick. It's all yours, Soltero.
All right, I'm excited. I'm looking to fill out my left wing position. I'm not looking at Mexican wingers at all. I'm not even looking that way.
Look at, man.
What I am going to do is look up north. On my left side, I'm going with a man who plies his trade in Nashville. Give me Jacob Schaffelberg. On this channel, I've been a huge fan of Schaffelberg throughout his entire tenure. I remember his debut with Canada at the Gold Cup a couple years ago. He's going to be running up and down that left wing for me. I have no doubt. I'm going to put him on some Red Bull diet every game. Before every game, I'm going to give him a Red Bull and put him on that left wing. So give me Jacob Schaffelberg.
Just for the record, Jacob Schaffelberg needs a good outing at this World Cup. His last tournament, big tournament, was the Gold Cup, and my man was actually the cause of the Canadian national team, their demise. All right, it's on. Wait, is this back to me now? Is this back to me?
Wait, no. I get one more. I get one more.
Oh, no, I was so excited. All right, go ahead.
Chris Richards needs a partner.
Yeah.
I need a paired center back. I'm going to go with captain of Genoa, Johan Vazquez. And I think that really fleshes out my back line. That might be the best defense
right now.
I got a great pairing now. Richards, Johan Vazquez. I would say arguably the two best center backs in Concacaf, now fleshing out my defense.
Dang, that one's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt because I had Johan as my next pick there. I thought I was going to go defensive, so that one's off the board. All right, changes the strategy here. I got to pick somebody who I think can make a difference now that I'm all in going midfield to offense, and I've got to drive the game and I got to keep the opponent on their toes. I am taking what at one point in time was the best left back in the Premier League. And if he comes back to full health, I have no doubt he will be one of the best players at the World Cup. Team Gomez is taking Anthony Robinson on his team.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, I love this pick. I just need him healthy. As a fan of the USA, I need Anthony Robinson fully healthy because I truly think he's one of the most attacking fullbacks in the entire region. Again, if health permits.
That's right. If health permits. Okay, it's on you, Reynoso.
Round out my team so far, I got Navas at goalkeeper, Davies in my backline, Edson Alvarez in the midfield, Pulisic and Buchanan up top. So I need midfielders. I need defenders. Let's acknowledge that. Let's fix that. Starting off with a midfielder, give me Weston McKennie. The fact he's still up on the board is super surprising. He is a star, one of the best players in CONCACAF, one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world, I would say, because when he's on it, he is a very, very good player for Juventus. Having a pretty good season so far, too. Weston McKennie, he's been here before. He's done it. Give me the American to be set alongside Edson Alvarez.
All right, back on the board. Who do you have, Reynoso?
I'm actually going to go with an all-Canadian backline since I have Alphonso Davies. Give me Bombito, who I think is over in Ligue 1 right now. By the time the World Cup comes, Herc, you're suffering right now. I know it. I got to take the Canadian guys.
That was going to be my pick.
I'm taking Bombito because he's on a good ascension right now. I think after the World Cup, he'll be worth even more. More eyes are going to be on him. He's young, like 23, 24 years old, I believe. I think he's on a good rise. Give me Bombito as my go-to center back in that back line.
Okay. I got to go for a goalkeeper. And there aren't too many goalkeepers in Canada, so I got to go with one that I think is going to be the Canadian number one and have himself a hell of a tournament. He's been playing very well for Minnesota United. I'm going Dane St. Clair for my goalkeeper.
A lot of the goalkeepers in the region are, at a similar kind of above average level, but not exceptional like Navas. So good pick.
All right, so it's the 7 rounds, and we're going to go 3 more very quickly. So you've got 3 bench players to set your lineup. Okay? All right.
All right, so to finish out my team, I need a goalkeeper as well. Give me Luis Malagon. I think his time at America has been very successful. He deals with pressure on a week-in, week-out basis. I think he's been solid in all of his Mexican appearances. Happy to have Malagon on my team.
Malagon is a risky choice, not one that I don't mind at all. Lot of debate right now in Mexico if he's even the number one at the moment. So he's a guy that right now has pole position, but you have Tala Rangel knocking at the door, and dare I say it, Memo Ochoa Reynoso knocking at that door.
Ochoa's always knocking.
Knocking on heaven's door. He's there. He's waiting for the chance, and I think low-key he might be able to do it. If he gets another appearance at the World Cup in his resume, it would just cement his legend status.
All right, so for my first bench player, I'm going to go with a little bit of flair in the midfield. Give me Adalberto Carrasquilla.
Oh, good pick.
That's a good pick. All right, back to me. I'm going to go center back for the Jamaican national team, Ethan Pinnock.
Good move. Good move. I need more defense. Give me Cesar Montes. And then I think I get a pick again. I can't believe he's still up here. Give me Santi Jimenez. I'll take him. I'll take Santi Jimenez.
You can believe he's still up there. Yes, you can.
He'll be scoring goals by the time the World Cup comes. His narrative will be very different. I still believe in Santi.
I've got 2 more picks. I'm going to take... I gotta do it. Marcel Ruiz out of Toluca in the Mexican national team.
I forget about him.
And then to round out my last 2 bench players, I'll get another midfielder. I love his performances recently with the U.S. men's national team. Give me Aiden Morris. And then up top, give me Promise David. Give me Promise David. I like what I've seen at Saint Gilloise.
Okay. I like that.
He's definitely a great backup striker for me.
Okay.
So here we have my last pick. I'm going to take Malik Tillman of the U.S. men's national team.
Oh, that's a good one.
I needed that.
That's a good one.
I needed him.
Last pick of the draft.
Last pick. I think it's important to note that we said this is assuming players are healthy. And I'm going to throw in form and playing actual minutes at his club. This could be an amazing late round steal. Give me Gio Reyna. I need an attacking midfielder.
Okay.
What a pick.
If we're talking health, then he should have gone higher, but he fell down to me, and I'll gladly take him.
What a pick.
Give me Gio, man.
He just came
we
back.
all know the story behind it.
Yeah, he just came back and played his first game off of being injured. He can have a good season and blow up and get back on the good graces and the radar. Mauricio Pochettino, that is an amazing, amazing pick. All right, so we have our teams. We've got our 7. You can set it up in any way you want with the 3 bench players. Reynoso. If Alvaro Fidalgo was available, would he have gone on your draft board?
Oh, on my draft board? Not yet, because I need to see how he performs with the national team. Everybody knows about how players can play at club level at a high level, like how he does in Liga MX. But once you put that national team kid on, it's different. Julian Quiñones is an example where he goes off in Saudi Arabia, but hasn't found his form with the national team. With Mexico specifically, you got to go off with them first before you can be rated highly. So I would wait on Fidalgo.
Soltero, I'm going to throw 2 names at you, and I need your reaction. U.S. men's national team players. Johnny Cardoso, first one. Second one, no Alejandro Sendejas on the draft board.
Yeah. Well, with Cardoso, I truly think the man's cursed. Every time he plays the put on the jersey, bro, he either gets injured or he has like the worst game of his career. I just don't know if the USA's form. I really don't know. Maybe after the World Cup. I don't know what happened with Cardoso, man. It's frustrating though because when you see him at club level with Betis, you see the potential. It just doesn't translate to the USA side. So that's why he wasn't on my team. Zendejas. Zendejas would have been a good one. Damn. Yeah. But I just go with the guy that I always see play with. That's why I went with Weah on that right-hand side instead of Zendejas. Although Zendejas, I think I could make room for him. I could make room for him on my team.
I think I struggled because I went offensive really early and it put me in the back burner. And Sendejas was somebody I had my eye on. And again, like many of the drafts I do, he's the one that got away. All right, boys, before we leave, okay, we got our team. We need somebody to manage it. And not only do we need somebody to manage our teams, but we need a stadium to play at. Okay, so I guess we're going to stay with the same order. It's on you, Reynoso. You've got the first pick for the managers.
Manager? Ooh, options like Thomas Christensen, options like Pochettino, options like Javier Aguirre. Miguel Herrera. I guess I'm going to go with Gold Cup silverware. I'm going to go with my very own Mexican national team. Give me Javier Aguirre. I think he's the best one right now.
Javier Aguirre, and you get a 2-for-1 because with Javier Aguirre, you get Rafa Marquez. So you get a 2-for-1 in that Javier Aguirre pick. All right. I'm going to go with the number 2 overall managerial pick with the United States' very own Jesse Marsch of the Canadian men's national team. Come on down. He's going to coach Team Gomez. So Jesse Marsch, I like how intense he is. And I don't think it's a surprise. He's a good coach. What he did with Canada in such a short time at last year's Copa America. I mean, they played for a third-place game. They were in a group with 3 other South American opponents and ended up playing Argentina twice, and they had some very good moments. He's got a lot more time with them. He's done very well recruiting dual nats. I like the guy as a manager in Concacaf. That's my number 1 pick as a manager. This is on you now, Soltero. Who's your first pick, or only pick as a manager, I should say?
I can't go with Pochettino right now. I've just been so frustrated for the longest time of the last 12 months. It wouldn't feel right picking him. So I'm going to go with Curaçao's national football team coach, Dick Advocaat, the Dutchman, who's doing an exceptional job right now, trying to get Curaçao, one of the smallest nations ever in the globe, to their first ever World Cup. Give me Dick Advocaat.
Great choice. Those not picked, obviously, Mauricio Pochettino, Miguel Herrera, and what I think is the biggest surprise here, Thomas Christensen, who has been one of the best coaches in CONCACAF for quite some time. But Panama is struggling at the moment. He also faltered in his first World Cup campaign and let Costa Rica sneak in that back door in 2022.
I'm going to go with my favorite stadium in CONCACAF. It's Monterrey's home stadium, Estadio BBVA. I just love the way it's curved a little bit. You have the mountain in the backdrop. The stands are right on top of the pitch, giving like an old traditional European feel. Definitely my favorite stadium in CONCACAF.
Man, I am so against that pick just of my Tigre ways, but it's no doubt one of the nicer stadiums within the Mexican and CONCACAF setup, and you can't go wrong, in Monterrey. So I've got no objections there. This is so tough because there's some great World Cup stadiums. I mean, Estadio Azteca is mythical. He's looking for his 3rd World Cup. SoFi Stadium, your boy used to live in Los Angeles. I know how ridiculous of a stadium that is. I'm going to go with BC Place. Vancouver. And for the reasons I mentioned about the support for Canada, they are going to play in a domed atmosphere. It will be grass. It won't be that piñata turf that they use regularly. It's going to be a massive setting. We've seen the Canadian national team in a home setting against the United States, against Mexico, against other countries, and how just great that fan base can be. I think they get up for this World Cup. I'm all in on Canada. I'm going BC Place.
Dude, I actually love that pick. I went for the first time 2 months ago in August to BC Place to catch a Vancouver Whitecaps game. And when the stadium's full, man, the sound just gets trapped there. It's like it gets really, really loud. It feels like almost like you're like in a Bundesliga game or something. It's really cool atmosphere. It's a great pick.
And it's in, as you said, climate controlled because it's indoor stadium. It's domed, so no complaints from the Europeans as we saw during the Club World Cup.
That's nice.
I guess this is all on you, Reynoso. Who's your final pick here, the stadium?
I can't believe the best stadium in the Americas just fell to me. I can't believe it. My hot take, it's better than the Maracanã. It's better than La Bombonera. It's better than any stadium in Canada or the USA. Give me the most historic, the traditional. It's seen 2 World Cup finals already with Maradona and Pelé. The Estadio Azteca has fallen to me, and I'll gladly take it. Give me El Estadio Azteca as my stadium pick. What a place to play. I'm excited to see its renovations and how it plays a role at the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
There is probably no more difficult setting in all of, forget CONCACAF, the world to play in than Estadio Azteca if it is packed and bumping. Yeah. I mean, factor in the climate. That includes altitude, sunshine at times, the smog, pollution combination, if you will.
Yeah, man.
And the opponent, Mexico, they've had some good games there. That's a difficult place to play. I have no doubts of that being a great setting. I'm very surprised that the most expensive stadium in the world, SoFi Stadium, $5.5 billion, didn't make it on this list. But hey, I digress. All right, our 7v7 side, you can do your starting lineup as you wish with the 10 players you've chosen. We'll post those later. It's up to the people, the chat in the comments. Which team is your team? Who would do the best in the World Cup? Who do you like? Who do you hate? Who should we have not left out? Because there's going to be some controversial names left out. No doubt in the chat. Just know I am sorry. As I normally do in the draft, I got ahead of myself and I got stuck. I didn't know what to do. I got stuck.
You're already apologizing, bro?
That's the way being a coach works. You got to apologize before they fire you, my man. My two fellas at the give and go, Soltero, Reynoso, thank you so very much for being on this very special Vamos give and go crossover. We need to do it again. I want my revancha.
Please.
I like this didn't go the way I thought it was going to go in my head. I don't know if it went the way you thought it was going to go or you thought it was going to go, Soltero, Reynoso, but it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I'm hoping the chat had fun with it and we do this again. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Let's run it back, man. Let's run it
right.
back.
That's right. This is Shooting It Straight, presented by Camarena, the most awarded tequila. Messi needs another star alongside of him. That's right, the GOAT re-signed with Inter Miami. That means Major League Soccer have guaranteed that Messi stays till the end of 2028. But Messi, he needs help. He needs another star. Two legends, two of Lionel Messi's best friends, are calling it quits. Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, both announcing the end of their incredible careers. And word is, Luis Suarez might not be too far behind. So that leaves one big question. Who's next to join Messi at Inter Miami? Reports already point out Neymar Jr., 33 years old, a global superstar who's lit up the Champions League, conquered Europe, and carried Brazil over a decade. Could this be his next chapter in America? Or what about the other star orbiting Miami, Robert Lewandowski, the Polish striker, 37 years old, and is still scoring goals like it's 2015. Both icons of world football. But who would fit better next to Messi in this new chapter for Inter Miami? Who helps him conquer America again? Because let's be honest, Inter Miami needs another star. Major League Soccer needs another star. Messi needs a partner. Or maybe there's another player, another global icon, waiting to make that leap. Could it be Antoine Griezmann, Mo Salah, Luka Modric, Kevin De Bruyne, or somebody else? Who is it? Messi and friends want to build something special in Miami. I get it. But if they want that, they need to help Messi. They need to add another star. And I'm just shooting it straight.